And it was night, one of the shortest, densest verses in Scripture. In the night in which the Lord is betrayed, commemorated at every consecration, we are involved. A warning is given at the Last Supper to two of the disciples. Judas will fall, and the tragedy is that he will not know how to get up again. Simon Peter will fall, but weeps tears of contrition, not just remorse, and is able to get up again and be the great Peter of history. The night. So much happens in the night. Some souls find that they are woken up around 3 in the night. It is the hour of unmercy. Hosts are all the time disappearing from our altars, and that same Judas power is still betraying, abusing the Saviour. And at night there are satanic rites at that hour, using them. Blessed Anne Catherine Emmerich saw in her vision of the Last Supper how Judas went out without thanksgiving, and she noted that that action of going without thanksgiving is already something which is serious enough. It happens. How many communions are made without thanksgiving? How many other things happen when the Lord is present in the heart and is not thought about? She even perceives that leaving the table, the daily table that is, of daily bread without thanksgiving is in parallel, not without ingratitude. With regard to Judas, she also saw that the point of his turning away was actually earlier on. It had already been progressive, but there became a clarity in the situation when at one point the Blessed Virgin tried to intervene to save him from himself. And he, at that point, far from being humble, took on a proud attitude towards her and started to talk down to her. And there was no gratitude in his heart for the mercy being offered him through the tender Virgin and her good correction. And so it is that we see in this the illness of ingratitude at work. It could be our case as well. In exorcism it has been picked up that a great weapon against the enemy is gratitude and praise. It's a kind of exorcism in itself. And so it is well to cultivate that and to think about it also on Holy Thursday. Praise and adoration for the gift of gifts. This is the center of our Catholic life. God on earth, to be honored and protected at all costs. The Domus Dei, the house of God, is also the house of the celestial court that surrounds it. How I appreciated the priesthood when it was not coming, when all kinds of problems were in the way. But we must never get used to it. Our celebration must be as our first Mass, always. It's a tragedy in the West that sometimes one has the mentality, if one is in the active ministry, of having to go quickly through a celebration because there's another celebration coming after it. That is very damaging. There's nothing huge like the celebration itself, the very one before us. Here we stand before our King, and woe betide us if we're in a hurry as we meet him. We'll have all eternity to put the brakes on and regret it. In Rome, first time round, living there in the Norbertine College on the Little Aventine, there were things going on all night. It was a fairly posh area, and therefore there was a posh form of prostitution going on there. The prostitutes, all young, could choose who they accepted to go with and who to refuse. Many married men would come up in their cars. But there was always one just before the house, but it was a red light area, and we knew about it. We didn't do much except pray for them. But it was happening and one couldn't ignore it. The other side of Rome, Babylon, the night. It was so sad, these young girls walking alone into the dark. And it was night. Oh, lonely ones, who walk with many men into a heat so cold that naught can melt, or touch, or reach aught in the hidden den of hard iniquity, of hearts unfelt amid the feel of all. O little ones, much used to fill with streams of unthought sense, where truth with gesture copulated runs no more. A nearness holds a distance dense. Where do you lie when you must lie alone, with thoughts unpierced, with moments not yet sold? To gazes all of greed that feed a stone. Again, again, in this familiar hold. And do you feel, when held by oft a clutch, for but a little meaning in a touch? One day the rector said one of the prostitutes was murdered last night near the house. When there is darkness, man moves not alone, but 'neath the moon a hand unseen draws on to acts of deeper black, wherein the groan of unprepared pain is quickly gone into the great unknown, where none shall see or hear or touch again what stirs no more, the hungered body and the gilded plea for favours where shared favours went before. O sadness doubly deep, to peep at these, our flesh and blood, that open where no love can enter in, or with a touch appease the gaping of the all that man can move. This is to sigh that some can give too much, for more can travel neath a gentler touch. It seems that the 32-year-old Colombian in question actually died of a heart attack, possibly drug-related. There was a bouquet this morning where her body had been. A flower for but a little soul that went without a flurry to the hidden land, whence all have come with numbered moments lent by hands unseen. O last, O longest stand into the night, wherein a heavy work is done beneath the moon. Too soon the end of this great task unfinished did here lurk, and this last act of wanting fast unbend. O little while that held a long, long age, short moment that the aeons opened wide. What chapters of what faults lie on this page, now closed forever, where long memories hide. What little child lies now where thou dost lie? Alone, alone, beneath a lonely sky.